The Fortress running series celebrates South Africa's passion for running since its inception in 2018. This event has been dedicated to bringing the thrill of running events into rural communities, providing a platform for local residents to participate and showcase their athletic talent. This is the second race in the 2023 Fortress running series, which goes to Evaton this Sunday. Speed star Mapaseka Makhanya joins us to talk to us about her participation. Mapaseka, good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Kwena, and thank you for having me.
Let's, before we talk about the Fortress, I mean, how has it been? You've been doing this running thing for years now, and you're still there doing it, and you moved from 800 meters to 42. How has it been just being an athlete professionally in South Africa?
It has been amazing. I think South Africa has been, athletics in South Africa has been elevated to a higher level. So one can live with running as your job. So, and I'm so grateful that I can still do it at my age. Since I started running when I was 13, and I'm very old now, and I'm being able to put food on the table through running.
I remember a conversation that I had with you a long time ago. You were saying that your mother was always skeptical about running, and then one day you were doing the Spa series, you won a car, and that's when she said, okay, maybe there is something to that effect. Do you feel that there's been an improvement in terms of just what you get out of running as an incentive?
It could be more. It could be more. I don't want to lie, but when you looking at the scale of athletics compared to your other African countries, South Africa is doing pretty well in sustaining our livelihoods through athletics, and I think they could do much better with prize winnings and all these things. But the Spa Ladies race is still doing the most, and fortunately, now we don't win a car anymore, so they've changed into giving the winner 260,000 for winning the Grand Prix. So it's a step in the right direction.
Well, I'm sure you would have had a couple of cars now to talk about, since you've been winning a number of those. But also, you know, when you moved from 800, 1,500 to marathons, it was, well, I guess a stroke of luck. Tell us about that story of what happened at the Gauteng Marathon.
I was telling someone that story in the week. I was saying the Gauteng Marathon in 2013, my aim was to do a long run. And when I got to 32 kilometers, somebody said, you can win it. You're leading. You have a 2 minutes lead. And I was, okay, let me win the race. You know, I have nothing to lose. This is part of training, but I cramped the last 4 kilometers because that was not my plan, but I ended up winning the marathon. So I put more training into the road running because I saw that it's not easy, but it's attainable if you put your heart and mind into it. So yeah, it's pretty funny talking about it, that my long run became my breakthrough to road running in South Africa.
Well, I remember that Gauteng Marathon very well. I was running that marathon. Don't ask me how I finished or what time I took to finish that. This conversation is solely about you and your running. Now, let's talk about the Fortress series. It's coming to Evaton. Are you doing the 42 or the 21 this time around?
It's only the 5, 10, and the 21.
Okay.
So I'm doing the 21, the longest one.
And tell us about your participation in Fortress. I mean, what does this mean? Because clearly the Fortress series has been one of those races that not only encourages professionals like yourself, but also ordinary South Africans to be part of this race.
I believe in Mam Dora and the Fortress team vision in taking running back to your communities. Remember the past few years, I had my own thing called Run with Baba in the community. So what they're doing aligns very well with my brand, that nothing happens in the rurals, in your communities. So they are bringing back sports, especially running. Running is the mother of all sports. Whether you play soccer, rugby, you need to run. So that for me is heartwarming. And also taking part in one of these races, it's saying to the community, we are here, we come to you, you don't have to see us winning your other marathons on TV. Come run with us, join us, and let's build a better South Africa through sports.
And I guess one other thing is that an opportunity also to unearth talent, to find the next Mapaseka Makhanya, something that you've been quite passionate about, encouraging young people to take up running.
Yes. Their first, the Fortress Run was in Venda, and I was thinking of your Emfuleni Mulawuzi. Since Emfuleni Mulawuzi, may his soul rest in peace, was running, there has never been a star from Venda. So these Fortress races are taking back running into those rural areas. They say, you've had your own star, so let's have another Mapaseka Makhanya, another Caster Semenya, another Emfuleni Mulawuzi. So this is one of the things that I want Fortress to see, a new champ out of these rural races.
Fortress has been going on for at least since 2018. Do you find that more people are cognizant and they want to take part in this, especially some of us who are just ordinary runners?
I really think so. I really see people taking part. When I look back at their first race, it's not as people are now running the races. There's more crowd into the races, and there's more excitement also into the races. Your Comrades Marathon winner, our Comrades Marathon winner, went to participate at the one in Venda. So that brings more knowledge and more noise about the race. So and also, I honestly think, because now we're going into the rural, not just rural, but your townships, we are bringing athletics back because we run in Joburg, we run in the CBDs. So more people will even get into running through these Fortress races. And if it happens once a year, everybody's looking forward to it to the next year, because it's the only thing that they have via running every year.
So you're saying you're running the 21 kilometers. What's your target in terms of finishing?
I think anything 1 hour 30 minutes would be good for me, because I'm also preparing for a marathon. So this race will also help me to gauge my fitness, and it's a fast, flat race. So I want to gauge my fitness through the Fortress running series, and also being able to run with other people who just see me at the start and at the finish when I get my prize. So now it's an opportunity to gauge with other athletes who run 1 hour 30 minutes.
Well, I was intending to run the 21 kilometers with you, but since you mentioned 1 hour and 30 minutes, and these, Mapaseka, thank you so much.